Hello everyone, welcome. Just waiting to see my video is up and we're all good. I think we are. Awesome. Hi everyone, welcome. My name's Tracy Bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central Victoria, Australia. Whew, that is a big mouthful. And we're going to do Tracy's Sunday Challenge today. So I'm so excited to be here with you. As you pop on, please pop on and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from if you're new. Hi Deborah, how are you? Happy Sunday to you as well. Oh, it's a beautiful day here today. I'm going to be doing this live and then I'll do another live at 10 o'clock just going through the retiring list. And then I'm getting out into the garden. So my husband's been working really hard putting new garden beds in for me and he's sectioned it off with a new fence. So he's finishing that off today and I'm going to be planting in that garden. So I'm super excited to get that done. And I think if I can get the energy, I'll tackle some more weeds because the weeds down the side of the house are terrible. So I think I have my day planned out. So I hope everyone has got a nice relaxing day or a full-on day if that's what you're after. Before we get started into this week's challenge, I just want to have two quick announcements. Firstly, the last chance products. So the retiring list is out. The last chance products are everything that's retiring up to 50% off. You can find all of them over on my online store. So if you just go over to www.tracybish.stampinup.net and then hit that last chance graphic that's there, it has all of the products that are retiring up to 50%. Not everything is discounted, but there's some really great bargains and things are selling out quickly. So if there was anything in the annual catalogue that you may have wanted to get, I'd get over and have a look and do that quickly. And at 10 o'clock, like I said before, I'll be going through the catalogue and letting you know what's retiring. So do that as well. Hi Jan, first time catching me live and it's raining. Oh, probably don't want any more rain, but it's great that you're actually here live. Welcome. And the other one that I just wanted to quickly let you know about is my Easter online class. Now this is a free online class. I've done it with Wendy Cranford. She's an amazing card maker and crafter, and we have 3 projects each. We have 2 fun fold cards and 1 3D item each, so there's 6 projects in all. Really wonderful projects, I will admit, and it's a free class with a $50 order. So if you're purchasing any of those last chance products, make it to a $50 product order and you'll get this class for free. And yeah, it's a really good one, so I highly recommend it. Good morning Judith, how are you? So nice to have a few people on today. So this week's challenge is Easter. Let me bring in the project that we're going to create today. It is a little Easter basket. Isn't this adorable? It actually holds quite a few Easter eggs in it. So they're those little small Cadbury eggs. And it's quite heavy too, so I love it. Using the Easter Friends stamp set, I'll bring that in and quickly show you. So it's this one here. And this is also the stamp set used with Wendy and my Easter online class. This one as well as Daffodil Daydream. So we use both those sets in our class. So this is a super cute little idea. We're using the Flowering Fields DSP and it's really quite an easy little project. So I'm going to bring in my kit, which is all ready to go. The other thing we're using is the Fresh Freesia Open Weave Ribbon. This is the in colour, well, it's going into its second year in colour. So we're starting off with a piece of Fresh Freesia. This measures 6 inches by 6 inches. And does everyone realise that I'm not flickering? Guess what I've done? I've gone back to my old phone to do videos. There must be something wrong with the iPhone 12 Pro because I've tried everything to stop it flickering and I've gone back to my old phone and look, it's perfect. So happy. So our 6 by 6 piece of cardstock, We're going to score at 2 inches on all 4 sides. Now don't worry about writing any measurements down. I do have a project sheet over on my blog that you can go over and download this whole project. So that is a free download. So make sure you go over it and grab it. So 2 inches on all 4 sides. I'm going to fold and burnish, and then we're going to bring the paper excuse me, it's early morning. And we're going to bring the paper trimmer back in and do a little bit of cutting. Hi Marion, how are you? Judy said, coffee finished, ready to go. I didn't get up early enough for my cuppa. I like to sort of sleep in a little bit on Sundays. It's really the only day that we do get to sleep in. Okay, so bringing our sheet back in, we have 9 little squares. On our corners, so every corner we're going to chop off diagonally from the score line to score line. So I'm going to quickly do that now. So I'm just lining them up with the edges here on both sides. And then just trimming those off. So I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. So the free project sheet has all the measurements and instructions, and also has clickable links to purchase in my online store if you need any of the products. Okay, and last one. So this is pretty easy to do, just lining up those 2 score lines inside that tract. There we go. And these would make something great on a card as well, so keep those little bits of scrap. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in our paper snips, and we're just going to cut up to that first score line and then the same on the opposite side. So it's just like a box, you do the same on both sides. There we go, turn him round. These would make great little place settings, just little gifts to give to friends and family. And you could pop a couple of bigger eggs in there as well. So this is the right side up. I have 4 pieces of the Flowering Fields DSP. This is really pretty, goes really well with the fresh freesia. But let me show you that DSP. It is tulips. There's so many beautiful patterns and colours. I think my favourite is this one here. But beautiful, bright, fun colours. So I highly recommend this DSP. You'll see this used quite a bit. It's actually used in my Easter class. I use it for all my projects. And I've got projects coming up that I'll be using this quite a bit in with as well. So we have 4 pieces, and these measure 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. We're actually going to take 2 of them and we're going to cut them diagonally. And that's to go on the front of our basket, as you can see, just there. And then the other 2 will go the 1 3/4 squared on the sides. So I'm just going to line these ones up, trim through, and the same for the other one. I don't know whether you guys can hear that, but the train's over at the station and it's been there for quite a while. It doesn't usually sit there for that long. So hopefully everything's okay. Okay, so I've got these ready to go. We can actually attach them right now to our piece. So if we look at it, these 2 are going to go up the sides, so we obviously stick them here, and then these full squares we're going to glue down these pieces. And I think you want to be careful that you're gluing them the right way. So I'm going to stick this. I suppose it won't really matter too much if they're upside down. No one's probably going to look that closely, but just pay attention as you're gluing down. I can't tell you how many projects I've glued DSP upside down. So if you turn it the correct way, you'll have less troubles. Has everyone got anything planned for the weekend or the rest of the weekend? Oh, Deborah's husband made her cuppa this morning. Nice. Hi, Helena, how are you? Okay, so for our edges here, these are going to go in the front. So we can add these. My husband did offer, but there's no point making a cuppa if I can't drink it. So I said, no, I'll have one afterwards. It'll be fine. And I like to sit and enjoy my cuppa. I don't like to try and drink it quickly. So you're using very minimal DSP here on this project. You could also use different coloured card and maybe emboss it. That would look really good. Or leave it blank and maybe stamp the main card or put it through the embossing folder. Maybe like a weave to look like a basket. That would look good as well. Okay, so we have our pieces ready to go. Now we're going to glue our basket together, and when I did it, I actually used glue dots, which I think they've held really well. So that's what we're going to do again today. And what's there? I did use glue dots yesterday. So I'm going to put a glue dot on each corner of our triangle. And then also just a few down the side. Marion's having her cuppa and whisking pancakes, watching me all at once. I'm excited for pancakes, I will say, Marion. I'm quite hungry. You could also use your liquid glue down here as well, or your tape runner, whatever adhesive you have. Oh, stayed on my fingers. There we go. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to work it so they run even across together, and then we can just push down. And we have a little bit left over. We are going to come back through and cut that down. So let's do this side as well. Now I have a few Easter projects coming up in the next couple of weeks. So if you create Easter cards and Easter 3D items, make sure you tune in because I've got a few for you. Let me know, do you guys create little treats and Easter projects? Or do you create cards? I think it's one of those things, some people do, some people don't. I definitely love to create 3D, so any excuse really. Okay, last one. You could have also put some tear and tape down there, that would work. I don't think I said tear and tape before. So lining these up to so they are even straight across. Marion does just cards. Judith said really good for 6x6 pads. Absolutely. Okay, so there we have it. We're going to bring in our paper snips. And I know it looks awkward. It is, but we're just going to trim down. Perfect. And then we'll do this side as well. Lovely. A little bit sticking up there, that's better. And we have our little basket ready to go. Let's bring in our other pieces. So we're going to do a little bit of die cutting in just a minute. But for our handle, this measures 8 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to run some tear and tape down the middle because we want to add this gorgeous ribbon on top. I thought this created something a little bit different. It's a great way to incorporate a little bit of ribbon onto your project as well. And because the open weave ribbon, you can actually see through it, so I wouldn't recommend using liquid adhesive or anything like that because you are going to see that through your project. So I'm going to grab our ribbon. And run that straight across. Perfect. My paper snips are not the best to be cutting ribbon, but that did the trick. So we have our handle ready to go. All we're going to do is add it into the bottom, and I think I actually might add tear and tape. You could use either tear and tape or the glue dots. And I'm actually going to add a little bit here. There is a bit of weight to them. You just want to make sure that it's covered, your tear and tape is covered by your by the basket. So 3 strips should be enough. Okay, so pretty easy little project. And if you're making multiples of these, I would, rather than adding ribbon, if you're making a lot, maybe just emboss it. So there's plenty of ways that you can make it more economical or just quick and easy. Just use it as the handle of the cardstock. So one side, we'll get rid of this side as well. I do really like this fresh freesia colour. Very, very pretty. Has everyone seen the new INKY colours coming out in the annual catalogue? They've been on my social media. I must say that parakeet party is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So we're just lining that up in the centre there and pressing down. And then we can line up the other side in the centre. And press down as well. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the cutest little basket. Love it. Deborah likes the new INKY colours. Yes. Okay, so now we can move over to decorating. I'm just going to get rid of a bit of my rubbish here. Trying to clean my desk as it goes. So I'm using the layering circle dies to create our little motif here at the front. I have rich razzleberry cardstock, and for that one I used the 4th largest scallop. We have fresh freesia, and this is the 4th smallest circle, and basic white, this is the 3rd smallest circle. These are all on that project sheet, so you don't have to worry about writing anything down. So I'm going to bring in my mini, This is on sale right now till the end of this month for 20% off. So I thought we'll use this one. So rich raspberry first. A lot of less space using this machine. So we have one die cut. Let's pop this one through. And last one, basic white. Deborah, do you have a favourite? I really asked for a lime green, and that parakeet party is pretty close to a lime green as much as we can tell online. But yeah, sometimes it's a little hard to tell what the colours are until you have them in your hands. So I'm just going to pop my dies away, otherwise I'll lose them. So we have our 3 dies ready to go. We're going to do a little bit of stamping on both the circle, and I'm also using the leftover piece of the basic white, and I have my chick. So I'm just using the chick and the grass from the Easter Friends set. And the colours that we're actually going to be stamping are Daffodil Delight and Shaded Spruce. I wanted something nice and bright rather than soft. So we're going to add the grass onto our circle. I'm going to stamp a few different layers. Make sure it's nice and green down below. There we go. Perfect. And then Daffodil Delight just for that little chicken. And we're going to fussy cut that chicken out. Excellent. Now, I don't know how well you can see. Can you see how my chicken's fully coloured in? And when you stamp, it's more of an outline. So I'm just going to bring in a watercolour. That's a big one. This one will do. And I'm going to add a little bit of the ink to my lid by squeezing my ink pad together. And I don't want too much water. I actually just want to add more colour than water because this is just basic white cardstock. Because it is basic white cardstock, you want to make sure that you don't add too much water, but you don't go over it too much because it will peel the paper. So you want to be nice and quick, not too much water at all, and you'll get away with it. If you want to add lots of water, I'd highly recommend the Fluid 100 paper, or the shimmery white paper would work for that as well. Easy. Yellow and fussy cutting. I know, Judith, this is definitely your card, all your fun favourites. But I will say the fussy cutting is not usually something that I like doing, but there's not much to it. It's just a little tiny chicken. And you can't do chickens any other colour, I'm sorry. You just can't. So quickly cutting around him. I've got a little bit of a white border around the chicken as well. There we go. And we can pop him down and pop him up as well. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals and add that to the grass. So cute. Okay, now you could add extra dimensions to our layers. I'm actually just going to glue them straight together. I don't think it needs to have any more pop up than that chicken. Love it. So I've pulled these colours out of that DSP. And then we can add this to the front of our basket. And I'm actually going to add just dimensionals to the bottom half of that circle. And what that'll do is that'll keep that down on that basket really well. Of course, Judith, left-handed you would find it a little bit hard. Especially all those tricky ones. Tricky stamps where you've got to try and get in and around. And I'm actually going to add one to the top, just where that handle is. Move that down a little bit, you can see that one. There we go. Just try and take that backing off and secure him to the handle. And lastly, before we pop some eggs in, I'm going to bring that ribbon back in and we're going to create a nice little beautiful bow. And I think this just sets the whole project off. And because we're adding our own little bow, I think I always play around with my bows a little bit too much. And for our little bow, we're just going to add glue dot to that centre. So just pressing that centre of the bow down onto the glue dot. I've grabbed two just for that extra stickiness, and we're going to stick that on the top. So sweet. Now in the bottom of this box, I did have some shreddy from a parcel I received. I don't have any of that left, but I did buy at Woolworths the other day. I saw in the Easter section a little shreddy. So green and yellow. Although if I was going to use this green, I probably should have changed the grass to be more greeny apple green. That would work better. So I think we might go with the yellow. And this was really a good find. Sometimes I'll use my paper shredder and just shred cardstock. It's like stamping out cardstock. This is like, almost feels like not so much cardstock or paper. It feels almost like plastic. Very weird. So we're going to add some of that in there, create a little nest. And then, let me grab some Easter eggs. And I'm constantly buying Easter eggs because my husband loves chocolate and he knows where they're stashed. So I did buy a big box, or big container of these ones. So there's 20 in there. This is my second box. He finished my last box off yesterday. So it's a constant struggle to have enough for my projects and let him have a few. So I'm going to stick one in the center there, and then I have some of these smaller ones we can stick on the sides. So this one doesn't have quite as many as my other one. That one over, that one there. Oh, that's so cute. So there's this week's challenge. This week's challenge is Easter. And you can create a card, a 3D project, anything you like. Use what you have in your stash. If you don't have any of the Easter products that Stampin' Up have out in the mini catalogue. There's so many eggs in that one. I'm sure my husband's taken a few out. But yeah. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. I would love it if you come and joined in the challenge this week. Obviously, the more people that come and join in, the more fun we have, the more ideas we have to show everyone. And I always love to see what everyone else creates and does as well. So I'll be back at 10 o'clock this morning to go through the annual catalogue walkthrough of all the retired lists. If you want to come back and join me for that, it will be up on YouTube later on if you miss it. So you can come back and have a look for that. And what else? Oh, and don't forget there is a project sheet for this project over on my blog, so you can head over there and print that out and get that for free. And if you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used today, I would love it if you purchased in my online store. It will help me to bring more projects like this and create project sheets for you as well. Oh, thank you everyone. I need a mousetrap in the stash cupboard. Yeah, a big mousetrap. Look, once Easter's over, I'll be fine because I won't have any chocolate down here, but anyway. Oh, Judith's going to tell me one day the story behind the yellow. I would love to hear it. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your weekend, and maybe I'll see you back here at 10 o'clock. But whatever you're doing today, have a wonderful time, and maybe I'll see you on Thursday as well. All right, everyone, see you later. Bye.